Alright guys, it's time to talk about Hyperliquid on the channel for the first time since May 26th. That is actually this candle right here. That was actually the last high that we had. And today, Hyperliquid is making a new high, guys. So if we look back at this, it says 19 minutes ago. Now I just refreshed this a couple of minutes before this video. So maybe about 25 minutes ago, the all-time high was made on Hyperliquid. Now, this has been going up for about 4 days, guys, in a row, so you might not want to buy while it's in a parabolic run, basically, we can say. Now, you can put in some orders down here on these lines. Now, this is a weekly support right here. I'll say it's just a very weak weekly support, though, because we've only had a couple of candles up here touch, and it couldn't break through, but now it is breaking through this. So I think is a very weak weekly support now. So you can put an order down here at 39.17. Now, if you want to set orders, you can do 37.12. That's a daily support. Then you have 36.49, 35.60, and you have 34.90. Now, I don't think it's probably going to drop back unless we get some really bad news, guys. It can always happen, though. I'm not going to say it's out of the question, but right now with the way things are going with China and the US, it's pretty positive, I can say. So, and tomorrow, you know, we have CPI coming out, so yeah, just keep that in mind. If we do have good CPI numbers, we will pump probably. Everything across the board will pump, but yeah, if I were looking for you to make an order, I would say put it on some of these supports here and see if it gets hit. Now, if it runs away, guys, hey, you lost it. And, you know, there's always going to be other cryptos in the sea, guys. So don't worry so much. But, yeah, if that's what I was going to do, if I was going to buy Hyperliquid, I would be looking to pick it up on kind of a wick or, you know, something like this. And just kind of hope and pray at this point. But, yeah, let's take a look at the volume. I do want to see this volume profile and the visible range here. I'm going to put this on a weekly time frame and just kind of zoom out, so bear with me. Now, if we look at this, there's not much history to go off of, but we're basically at a point where there's almost no volume up here. But I just want to see like what support we have. Now, you could put an order maybe back here on this volume node. It looks like it's about 38.86 or so, because you do have this volume, you know, there's about 5 candles here that are holding up the price at the moment. Now, it's not that much volume, I would say, compared to this volume down here, of course, but this is kind of a node holding it up. So you could put an order right at the top of this, maybe even a little bit in, maybe at $38 flat or something like this, and see if it gets hit as well. Now, looking at the Bollinger Bands on the daily time frame, guys, this actually, you can see it was a little bit wider, and now it's kind of pinching in. So this is probably why we're getting a little bit of a pop here. So I've already looked at the weekly time frame. It doesn't look so interesting, but the daily time frame actually does look pretty interesting. Yeah, starting to squeeze a little bit. Now, let's get rid of these Bollinger Bands and let's look at the RSI and the stochastic, guys. So let's see. The daily time frame is actually coming up here on the Stoch, and it's just a little bit overbought here on the RSI. Now, the weekly time frame, it is actually just printing the RSI, and the Stoch isn't printing yet, so we won't go any higher than the daily, really. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. It is coming out of being overbought, you know, so it's not overbought right now, but it could do something like this, and you know, just go down a little bit more before it comes back up into the overbought territory. Now, the RSI is kind of flirting with being overbought. It's right on the line, basically. So that's not that great. Now, the 1-hour time frame is actually pretty low, but looks like it might want to start curving down or something. It's flat right now, but maybe it does curve down because we are getting a little bit of downward action here on the RSI. So yeah, guys, I would say in my opinion, just looking at all this information here, guys, with the RSI and the Stoke, I think we're going to cool down on hype. So that's probably why I would kind of wait for a little bit of a pullback, guys, and put some orders in where I said, you know, maybe on this green line and then a few lines down, like I said, and just set, you know, orders down, 3, 4, 5 orders. Maybe, like I said, put one on that volume candle right on the top of it or something around $38. You know, that could be another order. But you do as you want, guys. That is not financial advice. But just in this situation where I see the RSI and the stochastic, guys, I do believe this is due to cool off. Because, yeah, there's been several days of just upside action here. It's sitting at all-time highs. I think it needs to come back and retest, you know, maybe at least this support. And maybe even one of these daily supports as well. And then get that bounce, guys. Now, above us at about 46.44 is going to probably be the next resistance according to the Fibonacci. So keep that in mind too. It may do something like this, may come up, hit this, may even come back down and hit, and then get that momentum, guys. Now jumping back to the tokenomics, guys, basically there's 1 billion max supply, 333 or 334 million are basically circulating right now. Almost all of the total supply has been created, so keep that in mind. That actually isn't that bad, guys. You know, 1 billion is totally normal and actually pretty low when it comes to crypto. The circulating supply is, you know, great. Only 334 million. I mean, that's fine, guys. That's really reasonable. I do see this probably going a lot higher, guys. In my estimation, I think Hyperliquid could be at least probably about a $75 to $100 coin at a minimum here in this bull run. Now, before I go farther in this video, guys, I do want to say you can claim bonuses on my favorite crypto exchanges below. If you use my links, guys, of course I get a little bit of commission from that. I'll just go ahead and be honest, but it does help me keep this channel going, guys. Gives me motivation if you use my links and sign up for some of these exchanges. Now check them out. They all have something a little bit different than each other, guys. So yeah, be aware of that. They're not all for you. You know, sometimes there's an exchange that just, it's not for you. But I do have partnerships with Bitget, MEXC, BingX. You can see BitTrue here, BitUnix, Blowfin, guys. I have Weeks, and I got BTSE. And guys, like I said in the past, if you want to check out Moodix, I do have that link here. You do have a free 7-day trial, guys. So yeah, check out these exchanges. These are all the ones that I have partnerships with. And guys, I would really appreciate it if you use my links and not someone else's. Thank you so much, guys. Now jumping over the Bitcoin real quick, guys, we can see that we do have this little mini flag here. And if we do break to the upside, guys, this target is up here at about $113,700. Now, keep in mind, we still haven't reached this cup and handle target. And basically, we formed this cup and handle over years and years and years. So let me show you this real quick, guys. I'll put this on a weekly chart and kind of zoom out here. Now, as you see, you know, from the last bull run at the peak, guys, we did this giant cup, and we basically broke the neckline about right here, and that's where this little pole is. So the target, the technical target, is up here at about $115,000, guys. Let's just say maybe between 115, 116,000. So right now, that flag is still a little bit below that. So, you know, I think we're going to probably, you know, reach this at some point, but probably if we are going by the technicals, it shouldn't reach it fully. Now, of course, there is always going to be some deviations, you know, maybe it exceeds it, maybe it comes under, but yeah, I do think we will hit 115,000, and probably here in the short term, guys. Now, I just want to mention, guys, we still have that CME gap below us. It's about $1,000 plus minus. Now, this candle will close in about 25 minutes as well, guys. But yeah, we did not close this gap. Now, Ethereum, guys, looking pretty good. Looks like it's trying to break into the next Fibonacci here. The target of this flag, though, is up at about $3,200, guys. Right below the breakout point basically into the next Fibonacci level, as you see here, and kind of this light blue, guys. So what I think is going to happen is probably we will break through the next couple of resistances, probably come up, lose, a little bit of steam, probably kind of reset RSI and Stokes, and then we'll break through after we kind of reset those. Now, total market cap, as you can see, it's kind of broken this resistance, guys. We've been stuck under this for almost a month now, and basically it's broke through. Today, it actually retested this trend line as support, and it looks like it's getting a bounce, guys. So that's actually a good sign. Next resistance is up here at 1.25 trillion. Now, the dominance, guys, is coming down pretty heavily today, but I can say we haven't won yet. This is a good sign, but until we're below this, trend line that's like 3 years long, guys, I'm not even going to start thinking about victory. As you can see, every time we start to get hope, we get a bounce. So let's see what happens, but this is definitely a good start. But for me personally, I would like to be below 60.46 before we declare victory here. Now, the dollar index, guys, is at 99.05, so kind of going sideways, maybe a little bit deviating from what we need in the W pattern here. The altcoin season index, guys, is at a 22. This came up actually from an 18. I did refresh this right before the video. Now, liquidation heat map, a lot of shorts are getting wrecked, guys, but 521 million have been wrecked in the last 24 hours. Now, yesterday we had a 62 on the fear and greed, but today we have a 71. So we did move up pretty heavily. So not the best thing in my opinion. We don't need to get too greedy too quick. Now, the bull market peak indicator still 0 from 30 have been hit, guys. Still 100% hold here. The pi cycle top indicator, of course, this orange line, you can see it's clearly moving up. But guys, this green line actually appears as trying to avoid it. So let's see how long it can, outrun it. Now, tomorrow we do have CPI, so it's a very important day economically tomorrow, so keep that in mind. Let's see if we get good numbers. If we do, I do see, a scenario where Bitcoin will probably pump tomorrow once again. Now, jumping over to MEXC, guys, I do want to look at the latest news here, and it says U.S.-China trade talks could extend in tomorrow, but are going very well. So this was actually the last piece of news that we had a couple of hours ago, guys. So this is pretty major news. It's 0.11, which I know we've had a lot of news lately that's like much higher than this, but anything above 0.1 or, it can be positive or negative, doesn't matter if it's green or red, that's pretty major. So this actually looks pretty good. Today is actually, a positive day. The week has been positive so far. Keep in mind it's only Tuesday, and the month is actually okay as well, but we're only 10 days into the month, and it says the year is, pretty much break even. So, yeah, guys, I mean, risk on sentiment is growing, and this is definitely just a good sign. Now, I do recommend that you do check out MEXC, guys, if you want to buy this. There's more than just these measurements and things, guys, so check this out. It's a very good tool for stock traders, but it can work for crypto traders as well. Now, looking at the FedWatch tools, guys, it looks like 99.9% chance we're not getting a cut, and there's a 0.1% chance that we will get a cut. Now, the other day, this was actually on the other side where they were actually predicting a raise, so it's kind of weird to see this back on this side. Now, next month in July, also, they're not predicting any cut as well still, but there's about a 14.5% chance that we will get a cut. And even if we jump to September, guys, it's still quite close, I can say here, for no cut at 40% to 52%, and 7.7% believe that we're going to get a 50 basis point cut, but I don't believe that, guys. If we get anything, I think it'll be 0.25, but yeah, there is actually, pretty even number here still, and it's still very far ahead. Now, Trueflation shows 1.93% for the U.S. as to inflation, which is well below the Fed's goal. Crypto bubbles, guys, actually looking pretty good today. Uniswap, Fartcoin, Maker. Actually, Maker I saw had changed to Sky, and Sky is somewhere around here. But anyways, Aave, Hype, ARB, all having good days. ENA, and most things are really having good days, guys. SPX, yeah, here's Sky actually. Lido, Pengu, WIF, everything is up quite a bit today. So I'm really happy with what we're seeing. It's been green in the last hour and day. So yeah, week also. The month is still a little bit down though, guys, unfortunately. Now, if you want to stake your coins, guys, go to Coinondo, check out all the deals. For example, Bitcoin, there's 60 deals found, guys. Be careful, you do have to lock it up for these amount of times that they do show here. They do have limits as well. Don't blindly send your coins, guys, because sometimes this is wrong. I'll go ahead and say that, guys. I've done that before, and then I'm like, oh, I have to send it out, again. Anyways, like I said, guys, if you like this video, like, subscribe, activate the bell, share this video with friends, guys. And if you want to become a member of the channel, it only costs $2, guys. I will put you in the Telegram group where I do forward these measurements that do affect Bitcoin at the moment they happen, guys. So you'll know what's going on the moment it happens. So anyways, guys, I really appreciate your support. And guys, I'll see you in the next one.